Hi everybody, I'm Spike Brave, and in this tutorial I'd like to show you how to apply a color to your BattleMech and MechWarrior Online. As you can see, I've got my UI open. We're on the Mech Lab tab, so Mech Lab, and then we've chosen Camo Spec from the left-hand side navigation pane. And by default, this will open up to be on the pattern that's applied to the BattleMech. If you need to know more about applying a pattern to your BattleMech, check out my tutorial there. I'll teach you how to do that in that tutorial, but in this one we want to talk about colors. So just come over here and click where it says colors. Now we'll see our UI change just slightly. First of all, our box in front of our panel window that allows us to choose things says colors. We have the currently selected channel in the main box here, and then a place to pick the three different channels here. So we have a primary channel, a secondary channel, and a tertiary channel. Right now the tertiary channel is selected on this BattleMech. You can see that's highlighted. If we want to switch which channel we're working with, we just need to click on it. Now I'm working with the primary channel. I do want to mention that in some rare cases, certain patterns only have don't necessarily have all three channels. I'm sorry, I had a little trouble saying that. So a certain pattern, what you'll see is it may only have a primary and a secondary channel, and there are a couple out there that only have a primary channel, so you can't really change specific portions of your BattleMech. It's just the whole thing changes color. So keep that in mind. Depending on the pattern you have selected, you may not have the full selection of primary, secondary, and tertiary channels. So let's talk about our warehouse box. Now, if we mouse over that, it tells us our warehouse contains a list of all mech equipment. Hopefully in the future what they'll do is they'll change this to indicate that we're working with paints, but it's not a huge issue. But I just do want to mention it. If you are watching this tutorial in the future, I don't think it would change it just because they changed some text. But in this warehouse panel that lets us select all our stuff. So first of all, let's talk about our minimize. If we minimize it, it hides the panel and there's just a tab. If you touch that tab, it brings the panel back. So that's there if you need to use it. I think you have a good view of your BattleMech even with this panel open, so not a big deal there. So first of all, we have some filters across the top here. This filter shows us all the colors that are available in the game. So all these swatches here are all the colors that are available in the game. The next thing that we can do is come over and we can say owned. This shows us all the colors that we own. So this is all the colors that I own. And then finally, this filter shows us all colors that are on sale. Currently no colors on sale, but if there were, there'd be swatches in here to indicate which colors are currently on sale. So let's switch this back to all, and then we'll talk about the second filter. So once you apply your first filter, you can apply a second filter as well. So we can, and this filter is called color types. So we'll click on that, and there's a whole bunch of options here. So you can say all basic, camo, camo blues, camo browns, and there's just a ton in here to help you narrow down your choices. So let's apply two filters. So we'll say owned, and then let's just go with the ones that I own. You can see that there are a ton of options here. So what I want to do is let's go to the Clan Wolf colors that I own. There's the three Clan Wolf colors that I own. So if we go back to all, I don't think that's going to change it a whole bunch, but let's say yellows. So this is all the yellows. If I go back, say owned, I don't own any yellows. So these two filters work together. So keep that in mind as you're trying to narrow down the number of swatches you have to deal with. Now I do want to mention that I'm not a big fan of using swatches. It doesn't give you as much information. You can't see the name very well until you touch it. What will happen is you touch a swatch, this colors box will change. So let's touch a swatch and we'll see that that's Merit Gray. So let's change the filter just slightly and go browns, because I don't think I own a lot of browns, and we'll touch one of those. Now what you'll see is that the name of the color, so this is Camo Dark Brown, and then its cost. This particular color costs MC. Let's talk about purchasing colors. Most of them are available for MC, which is real world currency. You'll need to go out to the website and buy some if you would like to purchase those. Not a huge deal. Colors are usually just cosmetic. There are some basic colors that you can purchase for C-bills, so you can customize your mech using in-game currency. So not a huge deal there, but just bear in mind that most of these do cost real money. So let's reset our filter again back to all, and let's talk about actually painting it. So we have the primary channel selected. We still have that blue outline as we select different things. So let's work with the primary. So first of all, let's go over here and we'll pick Creator Red. Nice bright color. As we bounce over the swatch, we can see that our BattleMech is changing color. If you want to see your entire BattleMech, you can spin it. So keep that in mind. If you want to take a look as you're painting it all the way around, you can do so. So let's go back, highlight Creator Red. I own that, no cost. So if we go down one, we can see it's mahogany, and it costs 1,000 MC. But let's pick with something stick with something I own. So we'll just click that, and we'll see a couple things will happen. Okay, so that's selected currently, so you can see my mech change color to red. The hex here in the primary color channel changed, and it automatically went down and selected the secondary for me. So let's do that again, and we'll pick a color that I own, Merrick Purple. We'll click, see that the secondary is now purple. There's purple on my BattleMech, and it finally selected the tertiary for me. Now there is another way to interact with this. What we can do is we come down here and let's pick Hot Rod Black. If you click it and hold the right mouse button, you can drag the color swatch onto the hex for the color channel. So let's come up here and drag this onto the tertiary color channel. And once we get up there, let go of the button, and it's selected the Hot Rod Black and applied it to my BattleMech. So once you're done, you've selected the colors that you like, just hit save. You will get a pop-up that says, hey, you've changed your configuration. Do you want to save it? If by chance you've selected colors that you don't own, it'll also list the cost of your purchase, and I'll show you that here in just a moment. But once you've selected your colors, hit the OK, and they will be saved to your BattleMech. And now if I drop a new match, this is how my BattleMech will look. So there's a couple things that change a little bit once you've selected some colors. You can see that these hexes on the side also allow you to interact with your paint scheme. So let's change this to FFR white. So we come over here, we put the white on there, you can see that the red area is now turned white. If I want to revert back to the red, I can just go here and say, hey, reset to my last saved. I click that, it's red. Now let's say I want to go back to the default colors of this pattern. The pattern I have applied to this BattleMech was the Davian pattern, and there are certain colors associated with that. So if I want to, I can just come over here and say restore to default. So if I click that, it goes back to that blue it started with. Again, we can restore to default. And again, restore to default, and we can see that the colors went back to the original colors of this pattern. And as always, we could say reset to last saved, and it changes back. So that's how you can interact with all the different parts of this. And let's go ahead and throw a color on here that I don't own. So Camo Pink, we'll throw that on there, and we'll put it on our tertiary channel. Now you can see it's telling me how much it costs here and here. So I'm going to spend 500 MC if I want to make this purchase. So if I click save, the pop-up changes just slightly. The text is the same. Hey, you've got some changes. Do you want to save them? And we also add just a little bit. But there are items in the configuration that you do not own. So then it gives me this nice little warning here that says, hey, you're about to spend 500 MC. If I hit OK, it'll spend the 500 MC, deduct it from my account, and I will own Camo Pink. I'm not interested in that, so I'll just hit cancel. And it will stop the transaction, and as you can see over here in the cart total right above the save button, it does say 500 MC. This has been a look at changing the color of your BattleMech. As always, I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. If you have any questions or comments, please leave me a note in the comment sections of this video. I'll answer your question or address your comment as appropriate. And as always, have great luck on the battlefield and hope to see you there. Thanks for watching this video.